Good night and salutations to everyone, whether you're in the US or anywhere else. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a couple things coming up in the community, specifically from Cybertron.com. They're going into some of the stuff that's about the Neza Transformer. I'm not too sure what it really is. It's something that looks kind of like a pretender. Let's see. I've seen a couple things, and I don't know if it's just been recently that I've been able to really catch an eye on anything. First video review and more in package pictures of, forgive me for saying this wrong, Neza. Greetings, Cybertronians. Fresh from the first official promotional picture of the Chinese exclusive Nezia Transformers toy line and cartoon. Let's see, here in the first new package images with the close-up on the back showing another two character from the show. A lot of that. My guess is that it's something more culture-based. Now, I don't know much about it, but just from the looks of it, it seems kind of almost pretender based. You have like a smaller humanoid looking character that goes inside of the chest of the robot. Excuse me. It is kind of late. It is 11:11 p.m. Mountain Time. There's just I couldn't really tell you much about it. It seems to be more storage based for the smaller figure. So, I'll have to look into more of that. But yeah, it's my guess. Since it's a Chinese exclusive, I honestly couldn't tell you much about it. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Let's see, pictorial review for Deluxe Optimus Prime from Transformers Cyberverse. I mean, if you guys are in the Cyberverse, then, maybe it's your cup of tea, as I've probably said it a billion different times. Some of them, they're trying. Oh, excuse me again. No, it seems that they're really trying this time around with them. A couple of friends of mine, we've talked about the Cyberverse line and kind of where it's going. It seems like they're really trying to kind of get more grounded into the whole fact of it. I'm trying to think of a better way to put it. They're trying to reach out to older fans with a toy line that's a little bit more kid-based. I'm not too sure what they're exactly trying to do. I mean, it kind of goes back to the sense of the Cyber Battalion line. I do believe it was just a Walgreens exclusive. I mean, other than that, I honestly couldn't tell you too much about him. It seems that he does have a little matrix that can open up in his chest, and it looks like the blast that goes onto the ion blaster can actually plug into the matrix. So that's interesting. I guess it could plug into a bunch of the other line figures too. I appreciate they at least did that. Cyber Battalion, I mean Cyberverse. Oh, I cannot stop yawning. Again, forgive me. Alright, so we're just going to just skip all that stuff. Let's go into Takara Designer's interview from Transformers Generation 2020, including details of Masterpiece Raiden. If you guys don't know who Raiden is, well, you probably would think, oh, Raiden from, of course, Mortal Kombat. Well, in the Headmaster series that was an exclusive Transformer series that was in Japan. There was a train combiner named Raiden. They are actually in the works of making a masterpiece figure of that character. I have seen some of the prototypes of the stuff that was kind of being released, and then everything for some reason just disappeared. It's a lot of stuff in Japanese I cannot read. Let's see. The main details are that the toy will indeed be part of the Masterpiece line, making this the first combiner to feature in all the years the Masterpiece line has been running. It has been said that the designers want the alt mode to satisfy even trained people, meaning railway enthusiasts. This will probably be along the lines of realistic alt modes. Translation below has made the machine translated for the most with some tweaks done to aid grammar. Have a read and let us know what you think. That's a lot to read. Let's kind of just go into some of it. There's a quote. Beyond the 35th anniversary towards 2020, Michiro Hono and Hisashi Yuki and Daisuke Aurora. Let's open with thoughts on 2019 as we look back. After all, Bumblebee was big. The movie itself was very appealing to the G1 design. Fans of the past were happy, and I think the general public enjoyed that it looked like this, different from the previous movies. I also enjoyed it personally. Onahara also states, for making purposes, it was very good that the movie had all-age content that could be enjoyed by children and family. Yuki had to say it was a good movie that allowed you to use your characters carefully. Thanks to Bumblebee, I think that there will be a chance to create new types of video works in the future. Ono had this to say, again, the possibilities have expanded. The expectations for the next movie are increasing as soon as possible. Another thing that impressed me personally is that Unicron was established. And I can't tell you the exact date, but in 2021, it will reach my Japanese. LOL. I'm most impressed by how much space will be needed to place it at home, so be prepared. Laughs. So, what they're kind of going into with that is the thing with that crowd-funded Unicron, which I think was a cool idea, but at the same time, they should have given it more of a chance for others to get it. I would have loved to have it. Downside to it, I barely have any place to put my Titans Return Triptychon anywhere. But would it be cool to have that Unicron? No, you bet your sweet pippins it would. I would love to have that. I could go on to that. Probably go into that the next episode that I go live, talking about all this. I really would like to see them at one point really do something else with that Unicron. I mean, they did it before, kind of in reverse. They did Unicron. A couple years later, they did Primus. I could possibly see them doing Primus in a very, very, very even further more detailed version of Cybertron. And then it just goes into more Cyberverse stuff. Let's see. In-hand images of Studio Series Jet Mode Shatter. If you guys know who Shatter is, she was the Decepticon from the Bumblebee movie who was one of the Triple Changers. She was the red one. Let's see this. With the first wave of 2020 Studio Series Deluxe practically here, or are we now getting a better look at what will come next? The Transformers Overdrive page on Facebook posted some images of Transformers Studio Series Jet Mode Shatter. We get a good look at the finished deco and the great face sculpt. The story turns, as the name suggests, into a jet. There are car parts on the chest to match the movie look. This toy will due out in April and will retail for $19.99 US dollars. So if you guys want to take a look at that, you guys can also go on to cybertron.com. You guys can read the there's more to the article than meets the eye. And also, images, which helps out a lot. The only gripe that I really have with it, and I've seen it with the images of Dropkick, it does slightly kind of make me scratch my head in more of a literal sense, where we've had triple changers. Uh, it is not extremely hard to go out and do, but I've noticed it's been more comic book and the cartoon based triple changers. We look back at Age of Extinction. We look back at that, and we think about the character Drift, who was a triple changer that we barely ever saw do any actual triple changing. They released a figure of him with his car mode, and then they did a retool of I can't think of not Skyhammer. I can't think of what the character's name was, but it was a helicopter, and they did a remold and a redeco of that to be Drift's helicopter mode. So, of course, the Studio Series did do the car modes of Shatter and Dropkick, and now they are doing their. Actually, no, they did. They did Shatter's car mode, and they did Dropkick's helicopter mode, and I think they're doing his vehicle mode now for his car, and they're doing Shatter's jet. So that ought to be interesting. Goes into more about the Unicron and the miniature Hot Rod and Galvatron figures that's coming with it. They're extremely, extremely small. I really don't know how they're going to do any detailing or any kind of paint jobs on it. In other news, I don't know if you guys know, which most probably do. It is not only Transformers 35th anniversary this year, but it is also the Ghostbusters. And going into that could also lead into further things with them doing crossovers. I have read some of the comic book that they did with Transformers and Ghostbusters. And I also do own Ectotron. So that's cool. And I would really like to see them do more crossovers. There's so many possibilities, and kind of arcing back on that years ago, I remember seeing so many people's fan arts of if Ecto 1 was a Transformer, and it's really cool looking at that and then looking at what Hasbro decided to officially put out. Excuse me, yet again. So also, if you guys haven't checked it out, you should totally watch the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. There's so much stuff in that. Maybe I'll do a video talking about that later on. Clearly not tonight. But let's kick back into some more Transformers. Let's see. So they are doing a Jeep of Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie, and it's not really saying for sure, but it looks like one of the wreckers from Dark of the Moon. Now let's see. If you guys haven't watched my last video that I uploaded, I did get a box from Hasbro Pulse. There was a shipping issue that took place. I am in the process of actually getting that resolved. There's some issues FedEx is having, and this time of year, it was kind of my fault for deciding to do multiple orders from Hasbro around, of course, the month of Christmas. It does tend to make things a little bit more chaotic. What else is all going on in news? They are doing an Earth Wars, if not Earth Wars, Earthrise. It is the second part of the Prime Wars trilogy, or not the Prime Wars trilogy. That's what the last one was. The War for Cybertron trilogy. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen after Earthrise, but they have released some stuff, and apparently some people have already got their hands on the Earthrise Optimus Prime. They are doing Cliff Jumper, and I heard that they are supposed to be doing. Let's see. They're supposed to be doing a Wheeljack and a Bumblebee. The one thing that they totally could have done was for the fact. Oh, I didn't even realize that there's stuff going on in the comments. I can't get my front camera to actually face it. For some reason, it won't turn. So, and there's no point in, the rear camera facing, not me. So that is why I do apologize about that. I was trying to get that fixed earlier, and just it kind of dragged on technical difficulties and all that fun stuff. So I do apologize about that, Harold. Let's see. Yeah, so anyways, going into the thing with the Earthrise Bumblebee and the Earthrise Wheeljack, they could have totally done that, something with them for the War for Cybertron, uh, giving them Cybertronian vehicles, which they were the first two that we saw in the original G1 episode of More Than Meets the Eye. So that's kind of a missed opportunity that they did. Um, just going into some of the stuff like the masterpieces. I mean, I think that they're going to eventually redo all the masterpieces. I tend to notice that starting out with the most recent one, which was that Optimus Prime. I mean, the original masterpiece mold was completely fine. There was, in my opinion, I don't think there was anything majorly wrong with it. Yeah, I mean, it was an old mold. It had been around since, I think, 2004. I want to say around 2004. I could be wrong. It's been so long. My brother-in-law actually has the original Masterpiece Optimus Prime, and I think they released that for like I think it was their 20th anniversary, which is really weird to think because this year's their 35th. So that's mind blowing. Let's see what else is all going on. I mean, I've gotten quite a few other ones since. I've actually picked up some of the Generation Selects. I got the Power Dasher, um, the ZR, and it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of what that. It's too late. My brain's just kind of shutting down. I did pick up the War for Cybertron Ratchet, and I did pick up the War for Cybertron Crosshairs, and just recently, which was the other day, it was one of the packaging that I got from Hasbro Pulse that had the Optimus Prime. So now I have the original Siege Prime, and I've got the one that's the remold, retool of the Magnus as the Transformer Cybertron Optimus Prime. So that's pretty cool. Um, I did pick up the Transformers, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Shadow Ranger SPD, and on the way, I do have a couple other ones. I have the Lightning Collection Magna Defender coming, and also I've got the Hasbro. Sorry, my brain's just shutting down. The Siege, the Siege Hot Shot, which is the Generation Select, and also the Siege Blackbird, Nightbird that is also part of the Generation Select. So those are on its way. I haven't really gotten anything else lately, just besides those. I still got to get that video of Ectotron done and also the Lord Zed. I mean, it's December. That was part of my Halloween, in parentheses, air quotes, Halloween special. It's appearing to be a trend every year. I try to do a Halloween episode, and it never really goes through. So I do appreciate everyone for tuning in. I do appreciate everyone for popping in. I mean, I know it's a very quick video, and I do apologize that it's taken so long to get it up and going. There's just some technical things I got to try to get figured out. So, thank you guys for watching. Keep an eye out for any future things coming up. If you guys don't know, I don't know if any of you guys do, I do have a mixer. It is the Mighty Beastman. Lately, I've just been streaming. I've been trying to do what I call Friday night fights, and I'll go in and I will stream playing Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. So if you guys want to watch that sometime, I'd really appreciate it. Also, shout out to the Utah Ranger. If you guys haven't, check him out here on YouTube, and he is also on Mixer. So go and give him a check. Show him some love. Awesome guy. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a fantastic night, and I will see you all soon. Yeah. You guys have a good one. That's hot. Oh, you know what? I had another announcement to make. I do have Twitter. If you guys do want to follow me on there, I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to keep up with a lot of the stuff going on with a lot of the fandoms. So if you guys really, really want to, you guys can also follow me on there. It's the same. It is the Mighty Beastman. I'll usually try to keep it updated throughout like the week. Memes, photos of figures, videos, all that stuff. I do keep up on there. So let's end the stream and good night. Yeah.